One. And we're live. Hey, Dino, how's it going?
What's up, dude? It's fun to hang out. How are you doing?
Good, good. Yeah, I've been waiting for you to come on my channel since I started it. So I've been waiting for this day. I'm excited.
God, we're gonna have a good time. Yeah, sorry, two kids keeps me busy, and I'm usually a last minute guy. I always do everything last minute.
I know. Well, and I think that the first time I reached out to you, you were literally your wife was literally about to have her baby when I wanted you first on my channel. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure things have been super hectic.
yeah, they're awesome though. I mean, they're a blast, and we have two kids, so yeah, they keep us busy, but it's fun. We're trying to enjoy, the baby period.
Oh yeah, definitely. You guys plan on having any more, or you think that two is your cap?
Oh God, I hope not. No, we thought about you know what we've thought about adopting just because like I really do love and believe in the whole concept of adopt. My mom was adopted. We would love to adopt like an older kid, the ones that don't really get adopted, but we're not sure yet. It's kind of like a money thing too. We got two kids. We're like, that's a lot. Like we're open to it. We don't really want to have any more, but we're open to maybe adopting one.
That's cool though. That's
Yeah.
cool. Especially adopting, because not a lot of people are open to that. They're like, it needs to be my blood, but all these kids need homes, that are just sitting in places. And I like that you guys want to do like older kid too, because those usually are the hardest to.
Yeah, if we did. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a saint, I don't know if we're going to, but if
Yeah.
we did, that was the thought we had was like, okay, let's do an older kid because they actually need a home. You know what I mean? Like, not that babies need homes too.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
you get
right,
my
right.
point.
For sure. I know. I've told Austin it would be cool to get a little Asian baby, or even like adopt from like Africa. That would be super cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but
somewhere where there's need.
yeah, definitely. So I want to know when you joined Vivi and why you got into the project.
Yeah, yeah, I joined Vivi right after Andre Jick's video. So, that's why it was a huge I'm like I always talked about how that made a huge difference for a lot of people. He has a lot of credibility in the financial space. So I joined right afterwards. Downloaded the app. My first drop was I always mix them up. It was either Day of the Dead stamps or it was the Fastos, Eternal Mighties drop. I
Okay.
hit both of them. And then after that, I kind of was like, oh, cool, I can make money on this. This is cool. That's why I joined. Joined to make money, joined right at that point. Yeah, and it was a blast. Like, and I've been in VV ever since. I think I started doing content creation like a month afterwards.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice. That's cool. Have you done YouTube before, or was this just like a thing you kind of wanted to start after just getting into Vivi?
You know what? I attempted to, like I wanted, but like I made like 5 or 10 video, you know what I mean? Like, and I gave up. Like I had like no subs. Like I kind of just did it and gave up. Like most of the subs were like a few of my friends and so I tried and then I really tried. I committed to do it when I started making content in November ish. It's right around then. I said, hey, you're going to make a video a day. I committed to myself. I said, for at least like, I think I said a month or something, you're going to do a video a day and you're not going to complicate it. You're just going to come up with your ideas and make a video. And then I did that. And I've kind of just stuck with it ever since. Like once I created the habit, it's almost like now it's just habitual. Like I just like, hey, I'm going to go make my video today. Like, and so.
Yeah, you're definitely one of the YouTubers that are definitely consistent, and it's crazy hard to stay consistent making videos when we're in such a dip right now. I guess there's plenty to talk about, but like kind of like we were saying before the stream, when we're in a bull run, everybody needs to stay in the loop and have information. But when they're losing money, a lot of people don't really want to watch
Yeah.
us because they don't want to hear about how sad this market is. So
Yeah, people just aren't pumped to watch it, you know what I mean? But I mean, there's still content to be made. I don't know. Apparently, I do it every day somehow.
yeah, right. Did you go for the ships yesterday?
Sadly, I did not. I love Star Wars, but my principals would not let me mint that drop. I actually tweeted out that I was super proud of the VV fam for not minting it out. I think there's statement. I think if we make some statements about like what we expect, and I know David Yu has already commented on the edition sizes and the prices in a Twitter, which is great that he's aware of it. Because yeah, no, I did not buy it. I would buy it in the secondary, maybe. Seems like there's a lot of speculation now about like I mean, it's not even speculation. It's very fueled by what he keeps saying. Like, you should have a TIE fighter for every Darth Vader. And you're like, why? Like, why? Like, just for fun? Like, is
Right.
something going to happen? But no, I did not mint it out. Did you?
So I wasn't gonna go for it, and then my boyfriend called me like 10 minutes before the drop, and he was like, "Just go for one." I was like, "Really? Why?" And he's just like, "Just do it. Like, if we lose on a little gems, F it, you know?"
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you say so. So I did mint one, and I got the TIE Fighter, but I didn't get a very good mint. So I turned around and sold it. I sold too soon though, to be honest, because I was at like $40, like bouncing from like 40 to 45 maybe.
Yeah.
Got in the market, and so I listed it for 55. Waited, it didn't sell, so then I just listed it for 50, and then it sold right away, and then now it's been sitting at like that for now. So
Yeah, but it just sits there. I mean, right now, until something is announced, like, unless they announce something, like the burning party's not going to be for a while. This drop will probably mint out, after a long, because it's Star Wars. Until they announce something, like, it's not really going to move in price unless they really say, like, if you have a Darth Vader and a TIE fighter, something happens. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I don't think the price is going to pump. So I don't think you really made a bad decision to get your gems back.
yeah, thanks. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I was kind of going for it because I was hoping I would get this. How do you pronounce it? The skip, right? Skip.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's Sky. I think it's pronounced like the tool, that they use.
Oh, yeah.
I actually don't know how to pronounce it. I was hoping you did.
Yeah. I was on Superstar Money's channel, and he said, I think he said Skype, or I don't know.
Here, I'll look it up right now. Here.
I was hoping that I get
Oh,
that
it's Scythe. It's Scythe.
Scythe.
That's what it says. That's what Google said.
Scythe. The Scythe.
Oh yeah, VV Vault said Scythe. There it is, Scythe.
Okay, so yeah, the Scythe. I was kind of just going for it, hoping that I would hit one of those, and I didn't. So, but
Are you a big Star Wars fan, or you were just hoping to get like the profit on it?
This one was definitely pure profit.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't even gonna go for it because I figured it was like gonna tank. Unless you got the Scythe, and like I didn't even know like that had possibility of it too. But just because of scarcity, I like didn't think so. So, yeah, it was definitely for profit, or I would have just waited and picked up in the aftermarket. But I am a Star Wars fan. Yeah, I am.
It's your boyfriend's fault. We'll just blame him. He's not even here.
He's
just
a risk taker. He's like you. I swear, you guys are risky, and I'm just like, come on, we gotta value our gems in this bear market.
Yeah, but did he load the gems up? That's the question. If he loaded the gems up, then he can decide.
Right. I don't know. Yeah. It's just hard to know what to go for, and so I'm glad that you brought up the burning though. So I'm kind of wondering, when they're talking about burning, they always say that they never intended for everything to sell like day of right away. So do you think that they'll be burning those, or are they just going to sit in the market for until people want to come in and pick them up?
No, I mean they're gonna burn them. Not many people are crazy like me. I already watched the update, the community update last night. I streamed it. So they basically said they're gonna do burn parties. You know what I mean? So, they'll probably in a month from now they'll tweet, all right, it's the Romulan green avocado ship burn day. You got a week. And you know what I mean? So they're gonna burn them I think they're gonna wait a while, because as a business, why would you not wait, right? People will pay for it, right? But I think they're going to burn them eventually, and then there might be some price movement on them, which will be fun to play around with.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they mentioned that they'll have it like updated on the app so it shows you how many have been burned and how many are actually there. Because that's what I was wondering. Like, are you guys gonna let us know like how many are actually like circulating now, or are we just like gonna be guessing what's the most scarce thing on the app nowadays? Because of
Yeah. I mean, we're supposed to have metadata starting Monday, right? I heard. I think is it metadata just for the new drops? I think, and then the old drops will come later, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what they said. Because the old ones is still like they have to do some stuff for it to be ready or something.
Yeah. What's up to everyone saying hi to me in the comments? What's up, Kobe? What's up, Tong Man? What's up, all the people? Let's go. I hope you all are well.
Marvelous packs. We got VVOG in here. Who else? Keely. Keely? One of the two. Marvelous says, so much good stuff to talk about. I know, right? Seriously. Oh yeah, let's talk about New York Comic Con.
Oh yeah.
Are you going?
I am not going. I am not, sadly. I wish I could, but it's kind of a costly trip.
Oh yeah, for sure. Where are you located?
I'm in California.
Oh, you're in Cali. So you're probably going to go to Anaheim though?
Yeah, I'll definitely be at Anaheim. That trip's been planned for a while. Yeah, we live in NorCal, so we're like an hour out of SF.
Okay. Cool. Are you gonna bring your wife and kids too? Or just you're gonna
No,
go?
I'm gonna come down with a buddy actually. So my wife is not super into VV, and then like I just thought I haven't done a trip with this buddy in a long time, so I'm actually really pumped to bring him down and hang out, and we'll hit Disney, and yeah, so I'm really pumped actually. So, and my kids would not be about it. My
Right.
wife was like, I don't want to go and socialize with people I don't know. I was like, okay, I'll go.
She's like, I'd rather not, and I don't know anything you guys are gonna be talking about. So
She doesn't. Well, she knows she does actually. Perfect. She might know more about Vivi than she let, just because from me, you know what I mean? So like, because she's aware, so like I could talk to her about it.
yeah, that's cool. Did you get your friend into VB or
I
just you?
did, and I just tell him the drops to mint. I just
Literally what I do with my one friend that I've done. Like I tell her all these people that she should watch so she could educate herself, but
yeah
she wants to lean on me instead. She just texts me, "Is this one worth it?" You know?
yeah I just tell him the drop to mint. I think he did. He got really he got his first taste of making money on the D and the lamp drop. So he hit that, and he's like, "Well, this is awesome." He goes, "This is worth $200 now, and I got another one and another one." I'm like, "Got you, man."
Yeah, that's what's up. That would be a perfect drop to like hit for your first one. Get you
Yeah.
really good for sure.
Oh, yeah, that or AA-15, right? I think those have been the best ones recently.
Oh yeah, definitely. What else like surprisingly did well? Oh well, I guess it's not so surprisingly because of like the scarcity, but I didn't expect those little wood dinosaurs to do as I guess as well as they did. But
Yeah, that was crazy.
did you get one of those on their drop?
No, I went for that drop though for sure. That because the scarcity on that SR was worth it to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't hit it. That thing went crazy though.
I know. I was like, whoa, I just got back from camping, so I didn't even get a go for the drop. And I just like was looking and people were like, man, I didn't get it. And I was like, why do everybody care about like these dinosaurs? We already have like realistic looking dinosaurs. Like, why does everybody care? And then I realized the scarcity and I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, scarcity, man. The scarcity on that piece was
I
crazy.
realized, yeah. Well, and I'm thinking like nowadays that that's like what is going to determine whether you're going to be able to make money on it or not is if you have something super scarce and like low mint, like those are the only two things that's going to help you make money in this market. So
Yeah, no, 100%. Hey, Tong, man, you're awesome. He said he just liked and sub on your channel. You
oh no.
guys do a huge favor. Hit the share button for Cake Collection. Start a new channel out. Hit the like, hit the sub. It's super easy, free way to make her day. You just hit the little red button right now. Scroll down, hit it.
Yeah, well, and sub to his channel too. I mean, probably most of you guys are here because you do sub to his channel, but if you're not sub to Dino's channel, you have to because he puts out great content that'll have you laughing on the floor for days. So
You might have your own audience. I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? Like we don't really, you don't really know, right? It's like whose channels are what. Like
right.
maybe you have more female viewers too, right? Like literally all my channel is like male viewers.
Well, it's funny because like YouTube will show you the algorithm or whatever.
Yeah.
And Wendy and I have both talked about that. It shows that like 100% are men, but I know like I definitely watch Wendy's channel and I know she watches mine. So I think that YouTube's thing is like incorrect because I know girls watch my channel, even though it says it's 100% male.
I would be intrigued to see if yours like actually does like when your channel grows more, like if yours does sway more female, just because you are female, right? So you might have more of a female audience. They might want to watch you more. I don't know. I'm curious because there's a lot of male content creators, so I'm intrigued to see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that there's more girls kind of coming up out of the works. I mean, I started like 2 months ago. Vivi Fam Bam just did her first live video on her YouTube channel yesterday.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vivi Fam Bam. Woo, that was an awesome video. It was like a 4-hour video for her first one. I'm like, dang girl, you got this. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. For the first time, I was like, when I did my first interview with Randy, the fact that it lasted for like 2 hours, I was like, that's crazy. How can I like get on here and start talking to somebody first time and like it lasts 2 hours? but it's Randy, so you already know him. He can get off tangent, and we can go down like 10 rabbit holes for like 1
Yeah.
hour. So that's funny. But so what are you most excited for the New York Comic Con drops? Did you look at them yet?
I glanced. I didn't like. I think from my memory, I did really like how the scepter looked. I don't know if it's going to be like price that I want to mint, but I thought it looked really good. Like, here I can share it if you want, so we can throw them on the screen.
Thank you. Dino is amazing, and he's going to be my navigator for the video because my computer is a piece of crap, and I need to get it up.
Okay, yeah, I have the poster up. If you hit sharing it on your screen, I don't think I can hit it.
Yes.
There you go. So the New York poster, it's kind of cool that they're matching it with the San Diego.
That's what I really like. I really want both now because I already have the San Diego one, and so I really want this one because it's going to look really cool in the vault together, like right next to each other. And then if we're using them for all the cons, then that'll look so cool.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I think it's cool. The Deadpool is a lot better than the Nectra, so let's go. I love that.
Daredevil, not Deadpool.
Oh, sorry. Deadpool.
But yeah, Daredevil is better than Elektra for sure.
Yeah, dude, his quadricep is huge. Jesus. Look at that quad right there.
That's cool. Oh, and then the Spider-Man. This is first appearance of Mary Jane.
Yeah, so this will probably be the best profitable drop, I bet, just because it's a decent comic. I think the 9.5 or 9.6, whatever it is like $4,000, $3 or $4,000.
It's like 3.5K or something.
Oh, so there it is. Yep, 3.5K. Oh, what's up, Sanjay? How you doing, bro? What's up, Yada Dog? Yada's from my channel. I don't know if he's been here before. Yada's a good guy, man.
Cool. Nice to meet you guys. Thanks for coming and listening to our stream. Yeah, I just wonder how many editions they're going to do for it.
Yeah. Dude, that scepter looks so clean. I mean,
right?
Yeah, it looks great. I don't know if I like the pedestal, but man, it does look really good. It feels like they did a good job.
That's kind of how I feel about all the Thor ones too. All the Thor hammers that they dropped. It's like, why do they all have to have like pedestals? Now I can't put them in people's hands so that they could be whacking people.
Mysterio looks great. I don't know anything about him or like how popular he is, but he looks awesome.
I know he looks so cool, and I mean I know him from the comic books and like cartoons as a kid, and his character is really cool. But the new Spider-Man, I didn't really like him in it. I thought he was kind of a cheesy character in my opinion.
Yeah.
But he's really cool, so I'm looking forward to him. The one, I don't know if that tweet has it, but the one that has like the green mist around him, so he's like disappearing or whatever. That'll be cool animation. I'm looking forward to see what it actually looks like.
Yeah, no, the cape looks great. I mean, honestly, for the cape alone, I would buy this. I probably won't, but the cape looks awesome. Like, it does look so good.
Oh, man. Yeah, it looks really, really cool. I was kind of guessing that I mentioned it in my video with Eva when I was doing my interview of her that I think that all the red, like the crimson red ones, like Doc Ock, were going to just be all the.
Oh, here's the green. Sorry, I didn't show that one.
That looks so cool, right? Like, excited to see what the whole animation is now for sure.
Yeah, they did a good job with these pieces. I think as long as I think it might be too soon for them to adapt mint size and price based off like conversations we heard yesterday. Mm-hmm. But I mean, they're still amazing looking pieces. Like, and yeah, I mean, I think they all look phenomenal. I heard there's some but anyways, like the quad on the Daredevil was a bit big, but I'm down. Leg day, never skip.
Yeah, leg day, you can't skip leg day, right? That's so funny. And like, are we really gonna be hating on his quads when like Elektra's face, like?
Dude, I need to get them both just to put them next to each other. We got to do a first in the
I know. I don't even think I have showroom. I'm like, dang. Now I can't. Now I have to go pick her up too. Maybe we'll see a little pump on Elektra.
Oh God, the Elektra pump. Oh, someone said the cape's even bigger than Todd. I wonder what they're trying to say there. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm excited for all the Comic-Con stuff. And then them talking about the burning is super cool. It kind of sucks that they mentioned that the MCP program is still like kind of on a delay. I'm like, but we want it now.
Yeah, that was Yeah, that was probably the worst part of that. I felt like most of the stuff was pretty good. Like, to hear metadata on Monday, that's great news. To me, it was a lot of good news. It sounded good. It didn't sound like that, kind of the MCP delayed is kind of rough. Like, I know that's a really big want in the community. And yeah, oh man, that's a lot.
Right, for sure. I feel like every time they come out with like more information and updates, the more bullish I get on this project. Like, I just can't wait for all the things that are coming. And then they even mentioned the VB verse. Or wait, was that in the AMA? Or what video was that? That was in the
I
AMA.
think,
No.
yeah, I think they mentioned it in the Twitter space, David.
Oh
You
yeah,
did, right?
yeah. So if that's coming sooner than we thought, that's really cool too. Because I know a lot of people want to like get their hands in the metaverse, so that'll be really cool. And I think that um, I don't know, man. With like burning, I feel like that just switches up the whole game. Like I'm really excited for burning, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna be dope. I personally, yeah, it's hard. Like, I don't think I would make any plans on it right now unless you have like you're willing to wait a long while, just because it seems like it. I think they said it's gonna be a later priority, the burning. But it is a cool concept, like the concept of burning $2 commons to get something more rare. Like, and I think that's pretty normal. Like I've heard they're doing that in like NFL All Day, and Hero's going to do that too, I think. So it's a pretty common feature that I think a lot of people want because there's just a lot of commons,
Yeah,
right?
definitely, for sure. Well, what do you think? What do you think about what was I just gonna say? Don't you hate when like you're about to say something and like your brain just goes like, what the heck?
Yeah, you're like, come on.
Yeah.
When did you join VV?
I joined November 19th.
Oh, nice.
That's your birthday.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. I forgot we DM'd about that.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Um,
Yeah, let's go.
oh yeah, and then this month, now that we're in October, this is your VV versus or VV anniversary or whatever.
Apparently, I didn't. I thought I didn't know when I joined. I looked at the web app and it told me I joined in October. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I knew I started in November sometime. I just didn't know the exact date, but it's cool that it shows on the web app like the exact date because I didn't know for sure either.
Oh, it says exact. I thought it was just month. There you go. I can tell you the exact date then.
Yeah.
Oh, October 29th. There you go.
Hey, look at you go.
I didn't even know. I mean, the first drop I hit though wasn't until November, so I think I must have not gone for a drop right away.
Yeah. Well, and they
Be-
weren't doing as many consistent drops, back at then. They would have like one or two maybe a week. They weren't doing ones like every other day like they were for a while when I first joined.
yeah, yeah. The first drop I did was Day of the Dead stamps, which is November 2nd. Dude, if I would have just joined a few weeks earlier, man, I could have hit. We could have gone for the. Oh no, the Spider-Man was in August. Never mind. I'm like, wait, I could have gone for that. So never mind.
Well, you got to go for the golden moments that I didn't get to go for. So
I did. I didn't hit any though because I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I was learning. I was learning really quick. Like I was watching like VV Vault, and like I was trying to watch everyone's channel to like teach me how to do drop because I didn't know there was so many errors on the golden moments drops. Like it was really bad. Like it was really. And so if you knew what you were doing, you could get you. People were. I didn't like. I was so new. I was like on God. What drop was it? The second golden moment drop. I just heard that you should just hit buy now. So me and my buddy were sitting in downtown Disney hitting buy now for 20 minutes straight. We didn't stop. We just kept pushing the button because we didn't know. We are like, just keep pushing it. We're like, and then we were like, who's gonna give up first? And we're like, not me. We're just like, the only golden moment I hit was Iron Man. I hit Iron Man on drop. Great piece. I held it all the way to 3K, didn't know what I was doing, ended up selling it at a K, which is great. I mean, that's like
right now,
yeah, like yeah, but yeah, it was a crazy time, like I didn't know what I was doing during Golden Moments drop. I wish I did.
right. I know. I wish I even knew about VB at the time. I didn't even make my first purchase. Probably at least until like the beginning of December because, like you said, I wanted to do a lot of research and stuff first. And I mean, Austin didn't even tell me. So he downloaded it on his phone first, and we were like looking at stuff, and then he didn't even tell me. So we like 2 weeks later, we decided to like go pick up a Loki and the Yeti, and I'm like, I wonder how you cash out on this thing, like looking through. And he's like,
The good
oh,
old days.
cash out. And I was like, wait, so we just put money into something and we can't pull our money out of?
You're like, wait, it's a rug pull? What?
But it wasn't a big deal because the more and more we did research on it, we knew that we were going to be here long term anyway. And I know
Yeah.
that it's going to come. Well, we hoped to God, that it was going to come one day. So it wasn't something that really like bothered me personally. But
Yeah, I think I wasn't too concerned. I mean, I put a hefty chunk. I figured cash out was coming. And I also knew that if I needed to, I could cash out off app, so I knew that was completely normal. Because I was like escrowing gems at the time. So like I knew how that worked. So I wasn't like worried. I knew that it wasn't this what I wanted to pay. What's up, Sanjay? I am not going to New York Comic Con, dude. I wish I could. Go get a VV logo for me and party on. You need to come to Anaheim, bro. That's where the party's at.
it makes me curious what they're going to do for Anaheim since they're doing the logos for New York. What's Anaheim get to look forward to?
Yeah, I think they're going to do a job. They mentioned that. God, it's always random where you hear it, but I remember hearing that they're going to, how they did the bunny for Decon London. They're going to do something like that for Anaheim too. I heard.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so there'll be some type of exclusive drop for Anaheim, and I don't think it's just the logos.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, but it's kind of funny that the other logo is worth a lot of money, or was. I haven't looked at it honestly in a while, but then they said that when we're gonna get MCP, that we're also gonna get the blue and white logo. So it's like, how many VV logos are we gonna have on the app?
Yeah, the blue and white is coming. They said that's soon. They said it's going to come with the Q system, right? Because they're dropping the Q system.
Yeah.
And that logo has always been attached to that one because I went to that pre-party that they did in July. So everyone that went to that is getting a blue and white logo. I think there's probably going to be a lot of those though. That will probably be like the common, right? You'll be so that everyone can get one. So I don't know if it's going to have a ton of value. That's my guess. But it would be nice to have the queue system for like people in Europe and Asia to be able to hit drops better.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and then I don't know, like David, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought David was also saying like something about like the holders will get rewarded or something for like.
Yeah, it pumped last night. So the VV Gold logo pumped almost $1,000 last night. Yeah, it was like then now it's since like people are trying to sell it, which makes sense. I think it went from $2,199 to $2,900 last night, and then because I was looking at it, yeah, you're gonna get like a physical. So like apparently it's redeemable for free physical. I think it's free physical something. We don't know what it is, but if you have a gold logo, you go to the booth and they're giving you something.
Yeah, that's so cool. Like, dang, I really wish I had one to like get a physical. I'm always jealous of all the OG YouTubers that have the neon.
Oh yeah, the logo.
I want a neon sign.
Yeah, I didn't even get one. I'm not in the OG status either, so you're all good.
Wah. Maybe they'll like do a second round of them for us. That maybe looks a little different. I wouldn't mind a purple one. Purple is my favorite color, so.
Let's go. I mean, I'll take it. I think it would look incredible. Like I said, I got my comics in my background, but yeah, I didn't get one either. I missed the OG level, but those guys were here. Like, man, they were making content. Like, I think VV launched like what, March, February, or that's when like the app launched, right? So.
Well, I didn't even know that people were in this project in 2021, or I meant in 2020, like in December of 2020.
Were they just buying Omi in 2020 though?
No, I thought that's when Todd dropped. Is in December.
I'm pretty sure it was when I think they might have just been buying Omi and like just in like because I guess yeah, Todd dropped October 2020. All right, well there you go.
Be like October, so I didn't even realize that. I forget who dropped that bomb on me. I think it was Brown Mamba when I was talking to him. He's the guy that created the VV Army. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're like an OG group, and I'm in their Discord, and yeah, so he was like the first person to like set up, one of the first to set up like escrow for people, because back then they could only sell to each other,
Yeah, like trade
app and stuff. So that was crazy too. I'd love to hear those stories, because like imagine if we were still doing that today. How crazy would it be?
Yeah. I mean, it would be. Yeah, they're not gonna. They wouldn't. It would be awesome because you could get your gems for 50 cents, but
Right.
actually, you wouldn't be able to. As soon as cash out was announced, gems jumped to like literally like if you bought gems the day before cash out, even up to like an hour after the announcement, you could get them for 50 cents. And then if you bought them like the next day, they were at like they went to like 60, 70. By within a week, they were at like 80 cents, like 70 to 80 cents a gem. And people were just like basically flipping them. And then as soon as cash out came, people were still doing it. Like they were buying them for 85 cents, 80 cents, and then immediately cashing them out. And they were just like flipping them.
Yeah.
And then it died because then they started banning people for doing it. Like they don't want you to move because it could be money laundering.
For sure.
But yeah, so it was crazy. As soon as they announced it, it went insane.
Yeah, I know. Because I was getting mine from Kobe, and he was even like telling us, like, announcing daily, like, gem prices are going up. Better get them while you can. Like, all this stuff. I'm kind of curious. I've never asked anybody this before. And if you don't want to talk about it, like, that's totally fine. But since you're not doing it anymore, maybe you're open to telling us. Um, so how did that go? You like met somebody that was giving you for like point 0.3 and then you turned around and like sold for like 0.65 or something, or like how was it profitable to sell gems? I've always wondered like how are these plugs making money off of that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's profitable because it's just like anything that's profitable, right? Someone gets it a little bit cheaper and then sells it for a little bit more, and everyone has different goals. So this is the thing that I think people didn't want to be aware of is that all gems off app came from botters. It's just 100% factual. Like there's no way around it because no one had that amount of quantity of gems. It was so basically what would happen was the structure worked like, and there was always botters, and botters always everyone makes friends in business, right? That's how it works. So botters would have resellers. And so what botters would do is they would just instantly sell their gems to resellers, right? Because they wanted to move them quick. They don't want to wait. They just want because their goal is botting. Their goal is not gem selling, right? Everyone has their own business, right? It's just like how where does Amazon get its supply? Where does that supplier get its supply, right? Everyone's got their own business. So botters would sell their gems to resellers, and then resellers would either sell sometimes to other resellers that dealt with the masses, or they would just resell themselves, right? And then they would work with their different clients. So basically, every time the price would go up, and that's just how people made their money, right? And the going gem rate was just kind of just how people wanted to pay versus what people wanted to sell for. So botters were always in profit because they were making, tens of thousands of gems and they just wanted to move them quickly because they were losing, every time they bought, right, they lose accounts, it cost them money, right? All those things that go into that. And so that's basically how the progress worked. Anyone that thought it wasn't, they were all botted gems. Like it's just the way it is. Botting isn't illegal. What is illegal is like now is probably like if they're stealing people's identities, you know what I mean, or buying people's identities. That's you're getting into some dangerous territory now.
For sure, for sure. I know that you had at least two accounts because you always talk about how excited you are to like merge your accounts. That's another thing that they kind of touched base on.
Yeah.
Are you excited for that to like get your accounts all together and to more?
It's not a big deal to me because I actually cleared out my accounts before because I didn't know how long it was going to take.
Okay.
So I moved all of my stuff over. Well, I have a couple of, I had quite a few alt accounts because I had like, my parents had accounts too, but they all KYC'd their accounts because they still do drops for me. Like if there's like a big drop, like my parents will do like AA15, or like, because they don't really know what they're doing. I just text them like, hey, go for this drop. But I have a couple of friends that didn't want to do it anymore because they didn't want to KYC. And so they're just going to merge their account into mine. It's not very many collectibles, like, maybe it's like a couple hundred gems, which is money. Like I'm going to do it, but it's not like huge. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, there's 10,000, some people have a second alt account that has like, it's huge, and they have a lot of stuff in there. Like I have friends that like literally have like a ton of stuff in their alt account and it's just locked. Like they can't do anything with it.
Oh man, that sucks. Well, at least they're giving us the opportunity to merge the accounts.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
curious on how it's going to work. Like, are you just going to email us like individually and be like, okay, you can like merge your account, or is there going to just be like a whole day? Because I feel like if they announce like a day of like transferring, like doesn't that get the bots to like transfer all their stuff too? To like I don't know. I don't know
I
how it works.
think it's gonna be interesting. I think there'll be a day that you can start because it's gonna be a longer. I bet you it's gonna be a longer process. Like this isn't. I don't think it's just gonna be easy. So I bet you there's gonna be like a day, right? And people that are prepared that day can do it that day, right? But I think it's probably gonna take weeks because I don't know the obviously you're probably gonna need the email, the password, right? Blah 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 blah. I don't know what else you're gonna need because those accounts aren't KYC'd, right? So I'm guessing just email, password, username. Maybe you list a collectible that's in there. I don't know what they're going to do. But I imagine it's going to be kind of a longer process. So,
For sure.
but yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, the market's going to change again.
Yeah. I know that's what they keep doing. They keep implementing stuff to kind of switch it up. But I'm not opposed to it. It's good to kind of, try different things to see like what works. And we're still so early that we need to kind of run those experiments. So yeah, I'm excited to see like what these do, and I'm excited to see how MCP plays out. I know that some people are thinking really negatively about it. They think that like because of the whales, that
No, no, I don't care about the whales. The whales need their points.
the whales and the OGs have like stacked points so that you and I will like our MCP points won't even matter.
But it
That's
only lasts 6 months. You got to remember, they only got 6 months
yeah.
because then they expire, right? So then they have to reset with the rest of us.
Oh yeah, that's true. So that's a good point because I'm kind of wondering, like, because they say that you'll have all your points since you've logged in. So will they not? So like, will you have all of the year and a half or whatever that you started,
That's
and
what people are
then
hoping for. I don't know.
or not burning, but you know what I mean, like start going away? Or I'm curious of that too.
I think everyone's curious. What I always say is, I try to stay very low expectations.
Yeah.
My plan for MCP is that number one, best case scenario, right? Everyone gets all their retroactive points for 2 years, right? That's going to be a lot of points. So for 6 months, yeah, the OGs and the whales are going to have a massive advantage. But granted, but that 6 months, there's an expiration date, right? So then after that, everyone resets. I'm not too bullish on MCP in the early stages. I think I want to see what is done. For me, I always just want to see what it is. So I don't have any plans for MCP. I would personally recommend people sell into the MCP hype. That's just what I do. I don't even make recommend. That's what I would do. If I had stuff to sell, I've sold a lot of my stuff, so I'm sitting pretty gem flush. But if I had MCP stuff, I think it's going to be a FOMO fest as soon as it's announced. So I would personally sell into that and then buy later.
Okay.
But I could be totally wrong. And it really depends on what MCP becomes, right? I think the leaderboard will be key. A leaderboard is probably the most underestimated part of MCP, but people love leaderboards.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you dabble into Hero at all, but you can see even with Hero, even when the balloon popped and all these cards were $1, people were still chasing those low mints and everything because they wanted to be at the top of the leaderboard. So
yeah, no, I dabble in Hero. I kind of view Hero like a game now. Like
yeah.
I tried to you can make money if you're like it's a little hard. It's hard now, but Hero is a really fun game. Like I'm not gonna lie, like when you're trying to go for a snapshot, like I went for one snapshot really hard. And it was quite difficult to stay in the leaderboard. It's like a really fun game though, but it costs too much money to play. So, but it's really fun. You're like, oh, okay, I got this trade and I got 5 more points. You're like, oh, I got my fix. Like it's fun. And so VV people are even more addicted than Hero people. So it definitely could be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and I always reference Hero. Like I literally did an MCP video a couple days ago, and I always referenced Hero because they did a great job with their leaderboard.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and then I don't know. I don't really know much about cows, but now I need to like educate myself more on the bat cows because I went for that Harley Quinn box and I got one.
Nice.
So now,
Congrats.
thank you. So I'm like, now if I have a box, like no one knows what's in this box.
You could get a secret rare though. I heard there's a rarity tier system.
Oh.
Yeah, so Gail just tweeted it out. So 300 legendaries. So out of 30,000. So
see, it's exciting. I don't know. Like you said, like having like the game aspect and like trying to chase to like be at the top, you know, I think that's gonna really help turn around this like market too. It might not be a full on bull run, but it's gonna help it out, you know?
Yeah, if you sell into the hype, that's what I would do. Sell into the hype. Always sell into the hype and buy back later. Like personally, that's what I would do. Sanjay, what's up, man? Sanjay always likes to make fun of me when I talk about gems. Dude, he's a good friend. What do I think about the VV verse? I don't have much thoughts about it because just I've kind of been in this. I've been in VV. I've been in VV long enough to know. No, I'm not even an OG, right? And I don't. I just think I've seen them not deliver on things, so I try not to get like. I try to just be in the now. So for me, in the now, you can still make some snipes and flips, and I can still meet great people and talk and like hang out and like I think people that listen to my channel or listen to anything I say take everything with a grain of salt. I like to, because I'm playing in house money, right? I think people need to remember that. Like, I'm in a different place because, like, I sold enough stuff that I'm like, I don't lose anything if
Yeah,
V doesn't do well. So I can still play and have fun. And if it works out, then sick. If it doesn't, then that sucks. But I'm okay.
like all your
So
all
yeah, so
those
for me,
factors,
VV verse could be fun, but I don't know what to expect, right? I don't know.
for sure. Yeah. I mean, we all love to speculate and we all like to have our ideas of like what can come and everything. But yeah, you don't always want to like chase this the spec as if it's already like a real thing.
Yeah, if we want to spec on the VV verse, what I will say is that there is no competitor to VV right now that I see. That's like a real competitor, right? I haven't used Quid, but I heard it's not like, something to write home about. I heard Top Shot like died. NFL all day, I used it and I'm like, this is boring. I don't care about sports. And I heard people lose money there. So to me, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, there is no competitor to VV. VV has a lot of things to work on. I would love for them to have a competitor because then they fight each other, for like who's better. The VV verse, I think, is a long way out,
Yeah.
but I think that let's just say this. I'm bullish on the concept of NFTs and the metaverse. I don't know if it's going to be VV or Disney or if it's going to be Recur or if it's going to be something completely different. That's my issue is I think the concept of NFTs are incredible. Like I think in 10 years, maybe 20 years, like, our pink slip for our car is going to be an NFT. I
Yeah.
think our house deed is going to be an NFT. I think because it just makes sense. Like the antiquate, it's old. Our systems are so old. Like, why is it so difficult to buy a house? Like, have you ever, it's so annoying. Like, there's so much paperwork. It
It,
shouldn't be this complex.
like, why do I have? And then when you sit there, they have like a stack of papers this big,
Yep.
and then they're flipping it page by page, and they're like, "Do you understand that?" And it's like, bro, like, no, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna read this entire stack of
You're
pages.
like, no, I don't. That's why you're here.
I know. Then you just
Yeah. So the
right.
concept is great. We
Yeah,
need mass adoption. I mean, at the end of the day, and this is where I sound bullish, right? At the end of the day, I think in 20 years, your high school senior project is probably going to be an NFT launch, right? You know what I'm trying to, I think they make sense. I think that the crypto makes sense. I think, the transparency of crypto is beautiful. If governments would actually do it, I don't know if they're going to want to, but I mean, at the end of the day, if, all of us are using it, we'll see what happens. I mean, there's money to be had. I love the technology though. To
yeah,
me, I don't know if it's going to be VV NFTs that make it. To me, I don't know if it's going to be OpenSea. I probably don't, you know what I mean? I'm not sure.
yeah.
But the concept, the technology is incredible. Like, I can't wait till it's all like I hate physical stuff. Like I want all my wallet on my phone. Like it's easy, you know what I mean? Like it's got to be mass adoption. And when grandma is like buying an NFT, then you're like, oh, cool, this is here.
Right, definitely. I would 100% agree with that.
I feel like
I,
I was ranting there. You should go.
no, it's, you're good. You're good. This is an interview of you. We want to pick your brain and know what you're thinking and hear your ideas because even though you didn't start much, much before I did, I feel like I've learned a lot from your channel and you're always having good insights. And I like that you're not afraid to like speak negatively about things too. I know that, you know, other people will just like hype Vivi up and like act like they're perfect and like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
we can't shame them, we can't talk badly on them, you're fudding, you know. So I'm just glad that you're like real and you're just like, no, this was bullshit and this shouldn't have happened. And you know, so
I think that if we don't, I mean, number one, they've created their own meta, right? Of like, if people complain, they listen. I just don't. I just want to share honestly how I feel. Like to me, if I'm not enjoying my YouTube channel and like just like if I have to like fake it, like I'm like, why? Like, why am I gonna do this? Like, I don't make that much money. Like, the couple $100 YouTube gives me is worth no, you know. Like, so to me, I do feel like it's a need in the community too because there's a lot of Moon Boy talk, which I'm not opposed to. Like, it's fun. I love spec with the rest of everyone. Like it's a blast. But to me, I just want to be honest. Like, and they listen, right? They see when we tweet. They see when we make videos, and they're like, "Hey, this is not cool." Now I do it in a humorous manner, and you know, and I've been. Here's the thing. I'm still here, and I still buy and sell because I see potential. But I've been burned by Vivi so many times that it like I don't care anymore. I'm like, I'm gonna call it a rug pull and I'm gonna laugh about it and then I'm gonna buy some and then I'm gonna mint a Nova. You know what I mean? Like literally, like that's my personality. You know what I mean? Like I'd mint a Nova right now for fun because to me it's fun, right? But I'm still gonna go, no, that bunny drop in decon was a rug pull, right? You know, like I'm just gonna shoot straight. But I love the project. Like I love meeting people. I love like all of it. Like and Disney's here. I mean, Disney is here.
yeah. Ooh, that's what a topic I wanted to touch base on. I think you just did a video yesterday about it. So I know, I guess you guys kind of already talked about it in your video. So I don't know if you have any more to say about it. But if Disney bought out Vivi, by the sounds of it, David's like, that's not ever going to happen,
Yeah.
at least for a very long time, which is kind of good news, in my opinion, to me, because if Disney were to own it, it makes me wonder like what they would cut off or if they would just like it would still be the same because
Yeah.
I love that BB has a variety of things that people will join us for, like whether it be these small artists like Bamcat or you know, I don't know if Disney gets along with all the other IPs, so will they like remove them, you know? So that's my only
Yeah.
that
It's
happens.
hard. It's hard. I don't know. I think, you know, the whole concept of Disney working with Vivi, it's there's a lot there, right? And to me, it's not necessarily about them buying them out. It's more about to me the bigger question is the more likely scenario is that what's going to happen when they launch their metaverse. That's what I'm thinking. Like that's why, you know, I are NFTs going to be interoperable to their metaverse? Are they just going to re-release all of our NFTs in their metaverse? Are they going to, you know, that's what I don't know. Like is Vivi's partnership going to end? Is Vivi's partnership going to get greater and they're going to drop all the NFT? You know what I mean? Like I really that's what's more intriguing to me than them buying them.
Yeah.
I think that if they bought them, it'd be interesting. I don't know if it would be good or not. I'm not sure. Like, I really don't know. To me, I was just sharing it because I like to see. To me, people matter, right? People matter most, right? Meeting friends, like building relationships is the most important. And watching people, like you can read people, like so that's why like you can't get much they're not going to say, "Oh, yeah, we want 500 billion." They're not going to say that, right? But what you can look at is their faces. You can look at their reactions. You can look at their expressions and their tone of voice. And when I was watching that interview, the question caught him off guard and David was like, "Heck no." David
Yeah.
was like, "Hell no."
He was
And
like, excuse me?
Dan
That's
was like,
what?
yeah. David was like offended, and Dan was like, huh, sounds like a shit ton of money. Let's go.
He's like, hopefully one day in his mind.
Yeah.
And David's like, maybe if I die.
Yeah, I that's the vibe that I got because like if you watch, I zoomed in, I was like watching it. When you watch Dan's face, basically it was like after the question switched to David, so Dan got a moment to like think, like you saw it, like he sat back, he thought, his eyes went up, like he went, you know, like when you're shocked, your eyes go, and then he went, like he blew out, like he was, you know, because like you do that when you're like relieved,
Yeah.
and then he like you could tell he thought about it. He's like, 500 bill, like, you know, whatever. He made up a number in his head, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if those two would ever split, you know, like if David wanted to stay in the project, but Dan didn't. Like, can Dan be like, okay, well, I want this much to like be paid out or something, and like peace, you know?
Yeah, that's hard, man. I mean, I don't
No,
know. I mean, they both have a lot of Omi, so it's hard. Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like Dan's just as important as David, even though people talk about David more than Dan. He's kind of just like in the background, but without him and his technology, like smarts on technology, like would it be the same? You know?
yeah, I have a very controversial opinion about that as an armchair quarterback that is not qualified to share, so
Okay, okay. Well, I want to talk to you about the after stream then, because I want to know.
no, I mean, I don't mind sharing. Like, I don't mind. I just like I'm not qualified, but to me, everything rises and falls on leadership, right? And so if there's a key leader, everything else can be hired. Like I'm in my opinion. So, I think the dev team is pretty rough. So, if Dan is in charge of the dev team and get a new dev team, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like,
Yeah,
to
for
me,
sure.
like, if the marketing sucks, get some new marketing. Like, like to me, most things can be hired and
Yeah,
paid for. And, everything rises and falls on the leader.
for sure.
And so if the leader is right, he can adjust everything, right? And so we'll see. I mean, I'm an armchair quarterback that is not qualified to comment, but I have comments.
I have comments. I have ideas and thoughts.
Yeah,
For sure. I mean, I guess we'll see. Either way, I don't think that's happening anytime soon, so we don't really have to worry about it in the
yeah, I
moment.
doubt it.
Yeah. Um, I'm just happy that we have Disney, like you said. They're huge IP. What's an IP that we don't have yet that you're looking forward to having? And I know we have Pokemon and Nintendo, so
Oh,
like
dang, come on, give me the alpha.
if you're excited for Nintendo, okay, I get it. But like another IP that not everybody mentions.
What you think? 100% we have Pokemon? That's crazy to
I
me.
do think that we have Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we do. Those are huge. I mean, I personally feel like anime would pop off, right? The right animes, not just like any like that, not just whatever. Like, I'm sorry, but like DBZ, like Dragon Ball Z, would pop off. Has huge fan base. I feel like Naruto will go crazy. I feel like there is a younger audience in this, so I think Demon Slayer even would do incredible. Like newer anime, beautiful. Man, Demon Slayer pieces would look beautiful. Like the animation on that, and I don't know if you've seen that anime, but it's amazing.
I I've actually watched. I started watching it a couple of days ago because my friend recommended it to me. But she says it's really sad, so I don't know. But
It's a beautiful show. I mean, I don't mind like sad shows because like to me like I think life is only beautiful like when you compare it to this, like
yeah,
sad
yeah,
things happen and they make the beautiful things better. So to me, like I appreciate it. Like it's not like something I'm like I want to dwell on sadness, but like it
yeah.
makes the beautiful things better. And so I think that show is amazing. And it's breathtakingly animated and the pieces would look incredible. As you can tell, it's one of my favorite animes, right? But yeah, there it is. My Hero, very popular anime. My Hero Academia would crush, right? I think there's some really big animes that would really do quite well. And I think the comic books, man, if they get DC Comics,
Yeah.
watch out.
I know. I wonder if they're ever gonna do that because now it kind of sounds like the Bat Cows are gonna have like comics, or even like Hero has mentioned comics too. No, or
I
I
don't
don't.
know if I've heard Hero mention it, but I mean, I'm down either way. Wherever DC Comics go, I will definitely try to buy some key comics, right? Especially some action comics.
Yeah.
That's a reprint. I just picked it up from the comic book store. So it's a official Action Comics reprint.
Okay. Nice. Oh, how do you feel about reprints? Because I didn't really ever know that they did that, and people are like, "What's the value of it if it's gonna reprint 1,000 times?" Da da da. Like,
I mean, there's still value, right? 9.8 of that are $200, and it's just a
oh,
reprint.
yeah,
So, there's still value. Are VV NFTs reprints? Are they not reprints? We don't really know. That's my biggest issue with NFTs, right? Ever since I even joined, is that we're not sure what we're buying yet. Like we're not sure yet. Now, are we too early? Are we not early enough? I really don't know. And that's why I'm a big fan of like taking profit and trying to play with house money, because then you can still play the game, but with the less risk because we don't know what we're doing. But the whole concept of reprint, I mean, they happen all the time. I mean, they still have value because people like me are never going to own Action Comics, right? But
Right.
now I get to own a Action Comics, and I could get it graded if I want to, or I could just put it on my wall, you know?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Are you more into DC or are you more into Marvel?
No, definitely more into Marvel, but I see there's a lot of profitable books in DC. You know, like I like the comic books on VV are there's some ones that are just insane, right? An easy way to make money to come up is some key comic book mints, right? And so there's just some key books. Like I mean that book a 6.0 just sold for $3 million. Like
What?
yeah, I've heard arguably it was a little bit of a shady sale, but it doesn't matter. It's still on record as a $3 million
Yeah.
sale.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of money. Like for a 6.0, like
Life changing for me. So
$3 million you could retire right now and never have to work.
I would too.
Yeah, I mean, you literally could just dump all of it, buy a house, dump most of it into like a ton of it into an S&P 500 index fund, get 5% every year, and then just put a bunch in savings. Just chill.
Just chill. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But
buy VV shit when you're bored and go to Paris.
I know that's what I look forward to most is being able to travel more because I haven't been able to really travel. My mom was a single mother of 5 children,
Oh
so
my gosh.
yeah,
Congrats to your mom.
I know,
She's a
right?
trooper.
She is, and I feel so bad because I was like a hell child for her. I put her through the ringer in my teenage years, so I've already super apologized, and I'm definitely not like that way to her anymore. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I know that it was so hard, and I just made it 10 times harder. So,
We all did that to our parents, and like it's your kids will do it to you, and then you'll learn.
yeah, exactly. I
If
know.
you have kids. I don't know if you're doing that, having kids.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. It's like you kind of said financially. Like I've always thought of being a mom, like even as a kid, playing with my dolls. I'm their mommy and they're my babies and stuff. Um, but financially, I'm just like nowhere there. And I know that people are like, you're never financially ready for a family. You just have to do
Hmm.
it, and like you always make it work. And I'm like,
I'll say this, if you enjoy your sleep, don't have kids.
yeah, that's what my cousin tells me. She has three, and she's like, she always saying that she wants me to have kids because nobody else really does, and she doesn't want her kids to grow up without cousins and stuff because we all
Yeah.
grew up pretty close with each other. Um, but I'm like, Tristan, I can't just have kids because you want me to have kids for your children. Like that's not
Kids
really.
are the biggest decision of your entire life, and they change the trajectory of your entire life.
Mhm.
And I love my children, and they're amazing, but they change your life. Marriage changes your life or relationships, right? If it's
Mhm.
a strong one, it changes. You've seen it, right? You probably felt it, like changes your life. Kids change your life. So you just have to be prepared to literally have a fork in the road and have a different life.
Yeah,
So if you are enjoying your life right now and you don't want to change it, you shouldn't have kids. But if you want to change it, and it's not a bad or a good, it's just different, right? And it's I think you do live a fuller life. It is like your life feels fuller. Like I love my kids, but
you
you
have
don't
more
sleep.
purpose, right? Because
Yeah, you don't sleep, and it's yeah, you feel like yeah, there is purpose, and but there's also like difference, right? Like you're not the same person anymore. So like, my wife and I, we live different now. Like, and that's just the way it is. Like it's just like we don't travel as much. We still actually travel a ton because we're crazy, and like we kind of I don't know. To me, life is short, and so like I want to enjoy it. And so, I think there is a balance of having money versus enjoying life. And I think some people too get too focused on having money, and sometimes you don't live to enjoy that money. Like you don't know. Like tomorrow's not promised. So I'm kind of like I want to enjoy my life too.
For sure. I 100% agree with you on that. I'm not materialistic by any means. That's why I say traveling is like what I look forward to most. It's not even like, oh, I want to go buy like my Bugatti and like have
Yeah,
my
yeah.
my mansion. Like, no, if anything, I want to like live in a tiny little like, well, it doesn't have to specifically be tiny, but I would like to just live in like a cabin kind of house in the mountains here in Colorado and just like
Mhm.
have lots of land, and I'm just outdoorsy, so just having like freedom to breathe fresh air and away from the city sounds
I was
amazing.
just in Denver. How far are you from Denver?
I'm in Denver.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. We should have connected when I was out there.
I know. I didn't realize you were out here. Maybe next time though, for sure. Why'd you come to Denver for?
Just had friends out there. We were visiting and hanging out with them. So that's it. We love to travel, right? So like for me, I'd never been to Colorado, and I had a free place to stay, and they wanted to hang out and hang with our kids, and so we did. We went and saw. We went to the Garden of the Gods. We went downtown Denver. We went. We did that drive that everyone does, like the fall drive, the one where you can see all
Yeah.
the leaves. I don't
Yeah.
know what the highway's called, but out there, but
Why can I think? Oh, it's like I know it's on 285, but I know exactly what you're talking about. You go through like the mountains and you just
yeah,
like look at all the leaves changing.
yeah, it was beautiful. What?
Were they changing already? Like
A
was it?
little bit, but for us, it was just like just the mountain, just being there was beautiful. Like it was breathtaking. Like
Yeah,
it's a beautiful state. Like I'd never been.
that's cool. Well, I'm glad that you came here and finally got to experience Colorado. It seems like you kind of like got to do like the nature stuff and see that and see downtown. So that's cool. You kind of got to experience like both lives of Colorado.
Yeah.
So I know downtown, depending where you're at, can be pretty trashy. So hopefully you've seen some like good stuff instead of bad
No,
stuff.
no, it was nice. I mean, if you've never been to Cali, dude, our cities are dumpster fires. So it's like yours was nice.
Okay, well thanks. I haven't been to Cali, so I don't know. It's very hit or miss. I feel like because people will be like Cali's so bougie, and then people will be like Cali is literally dirt. So I don't
It
know.
just depends on where you go and like, what your vibe is, like in my opinion, some of our big cities are literally dumpster fires. Like, dude, they're bad. Like, it's like, but there's areas of like, but they're beautiful. Like, there's certain aspects that are beautiful. Um, like Cali, dude, if you're coming here, dude, I mean, if you're a wine person, go to Napa. Napa is beautiful. The food. If you are a beach person kind of vibe, go to San Diego. San Diego is incredible, right near Mexico. Probably one of my favorite places to visit. We're big Disney fans. We always end up in SoCal in
Yeah,
Anaheim, but the Orange County district is incredible. If you want the LA trashy vibe, some people love LA. I personally hate LA,
I was
but
gonna say a lot of people travel to LA. Like my friends,
yeah,
and
you
they
got
said
to
it's
see the
great.
sights, but it's LA is a certain place. It's uh yeah, the homeless have taken over LA. It's pretty crazy.
That's
But
what that's like why I was saying depending on where you were downtown in Denver, like we literally have full parks that just like have a whole community of homeless people and they have like all their forts like built up and stuff. So yeah, it's
yeah, yeah. It's honestly sad. I mean, like I know a lot of that is lifestyle choice because I've done a lot of like homeless. I've done years of like homeless help and like trying to help people, but it is a lot of lifestyle choice. But it's not sanitary for the city, which is not good. But anyways, LA has a ton of good food and a ton of stuff to do and a ton of sites. I'm not a big LA fan, but I know people love it. You know what I mean? Like, and then you can also go to Cali has everything. You can go to Tahoe too, right? You can literally hop over towards Nevada and literally go see some mountains and some snow. They're not the same as your mountains. Your mountains are bigger. Your mountains are snowy. Like they're cool. The Rocky Mountains are awesome,
yeah.
right? They're different than the mountains in Cali, but they're fun.
Yeah, well, and people still snowboard in Cali like on their mountains too, right? Or
Yeah,
yeah.
in Tahoe. Yeah, we'll cruise over to Tahoe and you can go snowboarding.
So that's kind of cool that that in Cali you do have like everything really. Like you
Yeah,
have
yeah, a lot of surfing here. I mean, our oceans aren't as warm as like, if you went to Hawaii, they're
yeah.
they're probably actually pretty cold, but I mean, there's so much to do here. I love this state. I lived here my whole life.
Life. Okay, I was just about to ask if you guys moved there.
No, no, I grew up here my whole life, so I'm used to the crazy prices here, and so yeah, I love California, man. I do. I love it here. It's a great state.
I feel like it's just too populated.
Oh, it's ridiculously popular. There's so many people here. It's crazy.
Like everywhere you go, it's just a crowd of people.
Yeah, I mean, in the cities, there's rural areas still. Like, there's still rural areas of California, like anywhere. But I mean, most people live in the cities, right?
Right. Of course. Um, well, where do you plan to travel when Vivi goes to the moon? Do you have any bucket list places you haven't been?
You know what? No, I mean, I want to go everywhere. I love traveling. We love visiting places. We want to visit all the Disneylands. That's a goal.
For sure.
Um, No, honestly, I want to retire. So I would love to retire early and then just do what I love, like for work. I love working, so for me, I'll probably never stop working. But to me, like family and like helping people is the most important thing. So if I can get to a point where I don't need to make money and I can just like help people and take care of my family and do stuff for fun for work, that's to me, that's all I need. Like I'm not a big spender. I'm not like I've always been a big saver actually, an
Yeah.
investor. So yeah, to me, that's the best part of life because I don't talk about it's not like, it doesn't fit our YouTube channels, right? But like to me, like life is all about people. It's
Mhm.
never about money. It's always about people, right? People are what value are the most important thing. So money gives you freedom.
Yeah, for sure. I know, yeah, like I mean, without people, money wouldn't matter, right? But obviously, we need money to make the world go round, unfortunately. So we'll all work as we can and have to
Yeah.
until we made it to not have to. I agree with
Yeah.
you. So I'm like kind of a workaholic. During the pandemic, Austin's grandma was living with us for a while, and so we both stayed home for 3 months, and I was going insane. I can't sit at home and not work for 3 months. I don't know how people can like live off of like welfare or whatever and like do nothing and like, oh no way, there's no way I could live like that. Like I'd rather work 3 jobs before I do that. Like there's just no way. uh
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting psychology, right? Of humans. Like, yeah, I find it interesting. What's up, Jordan? How you doing, bro? Jordan's a OG subscriber on my channel,
Singapore.
really huge supporter, great guy, and he's in Singapore.
He's in Singapore.
Yeah, he lives in Singapore.
Yeah, you better go visit him. He's telling you that's on your bucket
I'm
list.
down.
Yeah, I really just want to see Egypt. I think that seeing the pyramids would be epic. I definitely want to see the Northern Lights, whether I have to go to Alaska or I'm like lucky enough to like see it in Venice, right? You could see him in Venice. I don't know.
Mm,
I just want to see the Northern Lights. I think that would be really cool.
that's awesome.
What else? There's always a third one that I forget. Um, I don't know, but yeah, I just.
Travel.
Oh, I definitely want to go to Japan. I want to go
Nice.
to
My
Japan.
wife wants to go to Japan a lot.
I'm not even that huge into anime like you are. Like you're an anime like nerd, or so you would think that you would for sure want to go to Japan. But I've met some people that like were from there, or people that just like have visited, and they say that Japan's the coolest place they've ever been to. So
Dude, I need to go. I need more money just so I can go.
I know, seriously, when's baby to the moon? No,
Yeah,
uh,
come on.
I predict 10 years, but people don't like that answer. So
I mean, I don't care. I mean, like I said, if it's 10 years, it's all good. There'll be another good drop I can go heavy on.
yeah, well, I'm just saying 10 years for like millions. Like people say like, well, we'll hit millions and stuff, and I'm projecting that for like 10 years. Like, yeah, will we see Walt back at 40 before 10 years? Oh yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, who knows? But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I try not to count. Like I've always been like that though. Like I try to be in the now with things that are money related. I try not to count it before like I sold a car recently and I was expecting to make a good amount of profit selling the car and I knew I was going to. That's why I was doing it, right? I had it planned out. I had a plan, but I didn't really want to talk about it until it was done and the money was in my account because to me until it's like, actually there and I can see it, I'm not going to believe it. So I try not to count on it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I play it though. Like I have a hard time making price predictions for that reason because I'm like, okay, I think it's good. I think I'll make money in a week. Like that's how I go. I'm like, all right, in 2 weeks I'll make money, or in 2 weeks I'll lose money.
And see, that's why I just like totally stay away from price predictions. Like when people are like, "What is your price prediction?" I'm like, "Please don't make me give you a number. I don't know." Like
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
in
yeah,
this market, like I'll tell you if I think it's gonna go under or stay above, and that's
yeah,
about the biggest guess the best guess I'm gonna give you.
yeah.
I know that the video is going over a little over an hour and you need to get to your family since it's your weekend and family time. But I just want to ask you two more things and then I
Yeah,
will let you go. One, so did you see the little Japanese car that Dan brought up in the video?
I
And he was
did. I did see it. That's cool.
I'm hoping that we get something like that on Vivi. I feel like that's like why he would bring it up, right? Or is
Yeah,
it just on the show?
cars are cool, man. I I think it'd be dope. I mean, we don't have very yeah. I think it'd be awesome. I mean, I think it was a Porsche, which I think Porsches are beautiful cars. Like I absolutely love them. Excuse me. So yeah, I think it'd be incredible.
Yeah, that would be so cool. I really like, I don't know if you know of it, but it's called a Datsun. I really like those cars, and I think it would be
No.
got one on Vivi. It's a Japanese car.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. I don't. I thought it was a Porsche, so it's not a Porsche.
I don't know. I didn't know it's a Japanese car. He said that I don't know what kind it was, but if we got like a cool Datsun and I can like drift around in my car in the
Yeah,
video, I'm down for it. So
I love it. I mean, anything that's a new medium, like that's going to confuse the market, because like none of us are going to know how to value it. I'm down. It sounds fun to me. Let's do it.
I know. I agree. I agree. Okay. And then last thing, I'm not trying to call you names, so I'm not trying to offend you, but a lot of people call you a flipper instead of a holder.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of wondering, you've already kind of touched base on like why you flip more right now. But when you first got into VV, were you more of a holder or a flipper?
Oh, 100%, 100%. I joined, and because it seemed like the meta, which it's like a gaming term, meta, like it seemed like the mode was if you hold, you make more money, right? I also was very new to NFTs. Like VV was like my first NFT project. Well, maybe my second or third, but I was learning. Um, and so for me, no, I held everything pretty much. I mean, I flipped a little bit, but not much. Like I held everything. And I held all the way through January, and I thought it was going to keep going up like everyone else.
Mhm.
And I think I just learned. I think I made a course correction. Like I don't remember, it was February, March. I don't remember when I sold most of my stuff, because I've gone through phases where I sold everything, I pretty much all my stuff, and then rebought some, and then so and that's what saved me, honestly, selling all my stuff like February, March, like when things were still higher. So no, I definitely held a lot longer and more pieces. Like I mean, I had R2 when he was 10K. You know what I'm trying to say? So like I like, and then I just started making moves to get out because I saw that it was going to go down. I felt a little too overexposed. Not that I couldn't afford to lose the money, because I think I just didn't want to lose it.
Right.
And so I decided to course adapt, like course shift. And so, no, I definitely held at first. And then I started, and then I just see different trends now. Now it's definitely a flippers app, like in my
Yeah.
opinion. So that's why I flip, because to me, I have to remember my original goal. I joined to make money, right? And so now that I'm like not worried about like making money, because I can be in house money if I decide to cash out my gems that I have right now. Um, Now I can just do it for fun, like a game. And if it makes money, great. If it doesn't, cool. Or you know what I mean? So no, I totally joined and I held everything, most everything when I first joined. Like my collection got big. I had a bunch of big pieces. I was like, I always wanted, but yeah, I just adapted my strategy to where we were at. And I think there's a lot of overarching reasons why, and I've shared some of them previously, but another one I didn't share was um, NFTs are a new asset class, right? So until they're mass adopted, we really don't know if they're going to rebound like how the stock market does.
Right.
Because I started investing in the stock market, right? And in crypto. And so those have more time trend, like that says like they're going to rebound. Like obviously you can't guarantee anything, right? But like if I was making videos about Tesla stock, right, which too many people do, like I am buying Tesla stock right now. You know what I mean? Like it's down, or whatever, Apple, whatever. When it's down, that's when you buy, because that's when you make more money.
Yeah.
But to me, NFTs are too new to like say it's the same thing.
For
So
sure.
no, I totally held way before, and then I just adapted strategies.
That's cool. Well, I'm glad that you're adapting strategies because I know a lot of people are still here trying to play the original game and it's not going so hot for them. So all they do is have negative things to say now.
I mean, I hope it pans out. I mean, at the end of the day, I want everyone to win. Like, but the only person I can do is me. I can't do anything for anyone else. So I'm just gonna. And that's the thing, right? That's the hardest thing. We all have to take responsibility for our own decisions, right? And so if Vivi moons tomorrow, right, or whatever, a week from now, and I have sold most of my collection, right? So I'm not going to come somewhere and blame someone, right? Because who did that? I made that decision, right?
Right.
I pushed the sell. I listed at that price. No one forced me to do it. Not even David or Dan. No one forced me, right? I made the decision. Just like the people that decide to hold, they make their decision, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's the key, just personal responsibility, because that's when we learn how to invest, right? That's when we learn. You only learn through mistakes most of the times, right? Unless someone teaches you, you usually only learn through mistakes.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I try to be lenient when Vivi makes mistakes, because we are still new and we are still growing, and they're bound to make mistakes until, you know, they figure it out. So
Okay,
we're all,
you be lenient. I'll make the crazy videos.
yeah. I'll just start making videos like to like counteract with yours. So everything you say in your video, I'll just be like, this is why I don't think he's correct. No, I'm just
This
kidding.
is why Dino is wrong. Bam. Dude, you should do it. Those will get views. Like, honestly, like people love that kind of stuff. I made a video where I put "don't watch this" on the thumbnail, and still, like, people watched it.
And people watch it. They're like, but I want to watch it now. You told me not to. So
Yeah,
I'm
you should do it. You should do it. You should literally be like, "This is why Dino is completely and utterly wrong and losing all of his money." Like the longest, most aggressive title ever.
Yeah, but no, I don't know, because I think that you are playing it smart. I mean, I wish that I just had the cojones to sell off some of the stuff that we have, because I would,
It's
but
different, right? You got to remember everyone's financial situation is different. And I sold a ton of my stuff in February, March, different highs, right? I also bought 75% of my gems off app, which probably saved me. Maybe I'm not even a good flipper maybe. That saved me. I'm just smart. You know what I am? I'm creative and adaptive. I'm very adaptive. Like I I don't ever claim to make the best moves, but I definitely claim to be the most adaptive. Like I will adapt quickly. Like if the meta shifts and it's a collector's app and like it really is, dude, I will start collecting like
yeah,
nobody. I'll be like, I'm holding this. Like,
okay.
yeah, I don't mind. Like to me, it's all good.
Have you sorry, I know I said that I'll be
No,
done.
it's fine.
Just one more question. Have you cashed out anything since you're like stacking gems instead of like collectibles now, or are you just like sitting on the gems for like the next bull run?
No, I'm not waiting for a bull run. I'm waiting for the cash out fee to go down because I don't want to pay it. Or crypto cash out because I do want to buy some Bitcoin, some ETH, maybe some OMI. I already have some OMI. And so I'd love to just cash out directly into the crypto that I want to hold. You know what I mean? Because I could just literally just cash out and just put it into a hold instead of like loading money into like, whatever Robinhood to buy a crypto, and like I could just do it directly from VV. But no, I was waiting for the cash out fee to go down, but that's probably too much hopium. That's my hopium. My hopium is at the cash fee.
I'm sure that it will eventually go down, but in like years, like in due time, like once a lot of people are cashing out, like
Yeah,
more
yeah.
frequently.
You're a local scalper. That's going to be a great video. It will probably get 5 views. No, just kidding.
5 views. No, everybody will be like, he's rugged me too. He's
Yeah, I hate that guy.
Let's go egg his house.
Exactly.
No, you're great, and we love your ideas and perspective of the market. I'll always watch your videos, and I'm not gonna be as paper-handed as you. I hate that term, so I'm sorry. I even just
It's all good.
it.
No stress. I think you have to have flipping. Like at the end of the day, if people don't trade, there's nothing to buy and sell. And
100.
I think eventually, if people's money was going up, right, it would be like when things go up, like people like when the market was moving up, people that sold, like they would make fun of them for a couple of days, and they'd be like, "You're an idiot. I'm going to make more money than you," right? But now it's like they're nervous to sell because they want to, and they're too afraid to do it. So it's easier to attack the people that do
Yeah,
because when they think it's going to go back down. So it's at the end of the day, it's all good. Like I'm,
we're all
what can
playing
I do?
our own game.
No one's paying me to hold, so
Yeah. Well, and I'm not gonna sit here and like count your bags to like my bag. I don't understand why people compare apples to oranges. I mean, they're both fruit, but they don't have anything to do in common other than that. So
I like fruit. I love lamp.
I love lamb. What? What's your favorite fruit? That'll be my last question, and I'll let you go to your family. What's your
Oh man. Oh geez, that's a hard question. I don't know. What's strawberries? I like strawberries.
Ooh, I love strawberries too, and watermelon.
Oh, never mind. I like watermelon too. I
Mangoes
take it back.
too, but mangoes are hard to pick out for me.
Oh, dude, mangoes in Brazil, incredible. I had a mango in Brazil with my buddy. He picked it right off the tree, and I was like, "This is the best mango of my life."
That's awesome. I like it with like the chili powder and like the tahine and everything.
Yeah, that's my dad's way to eat mango. He always eats all his fruit with tahini.
Yeah, it's so good. You can't go wrong with it.
I love it.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Dino. I know that we could talk for hours, but you got to get to your family. And I thank your wife for letting me have this time. I really am appreciative of it because I know that you are like last minute and you're like, oh, I can stream right here in like this little
Yeah.
nap time, you know? So
That's usually when I make my videos is during nap time.
yeah. So I really do appreciate you like making the time to come on my channel and talk to me for an hour and 20 minutes. Like,
Heck yeah, it was a blast.
you're the man, you're the boss. And I look forward to, being in VV with you and watching the rest of your content and, supporting that and hearing all your, I don't know what I was
No,
going to
Matt, appreciate the support. And you know what, everyone, you guys need to go down and hit subscribe right now on K Collections channel. She's making content. Help her out. You're going to make her day. Come on, let's increase her sub count. Give the video a like and do her big favor, hit share. I hit share. Come on, let's go.
Thank you. Thanks, Dino. Please go sub to him. I know that you guys probably already are, but go comment on his videos. Give him good algorithm because he deserves it. This is a hardworking man that gives us information we need. And he has babies. You enjoy the rest of your weekend, Dino, and I'll see you on the flip side.
Awesome. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.